when we're done here with
He
this,
hangs out with me all day.
we're gonna be done with the podcast. I'm gonna edit it. It'll be about like 1 or 2 o'clock by the time I go upstairs, and that's when he's gonna decide to take a shit, and he's gonna like smack the edge of that litter box and wake everyone up. That's exactly what he's gonna do.
What an asshole!
He's on a cycle, man.
Mhm.
I'm on a poop cycle too, man. Everybody got a poop cycle, man. I poop around the same time every day too, like right around the same time. Leave your cat alone.
Dude, if you gotta go, you gotta go. But like,
go,
dude,
man.
he
don't mean you gotta
the back of that litter
kick
box,
the shit out of the litter box.
and he does it like at the worst times.
If you poop at 1:30 in the morning, you ain't gonna flush.
Well, I'm going to, but I mean,
see, that's his flushing, man.
But like, it's like
You gotta cover that up.
It's like
You
he's
don't want you to smell
banging his head off the wall or something. Dude, he's
You don't
loud
want
as
you to
hell.
smell it.
What? That's true. I guess
He's
I
a
can be
courteous
thankful.
cat.
I don't understand why you don't even flush when you pee in the morning. Like, I go in there. I don't understand.
Would you like to join the podcast?
No.
She was just like,
Flush
She
your
roasted
pee.
you.
Welcome back, everyone, to episode 38 of Squad Pod. We are down 1 right now, but it's not Alex. So
it's not Alex this week. It's Vern, surprisingly enough. But we don't know. He might join in. He might not. We don't know.
he's watching a movie.
He's watching a movie with his child.
hey, to be fair to Vernon, we moved it up a day. And listen,
Yeah.
we
It
all
was
know
not on
Vernon is a
schedule.
very creature of habit, and to move it up a day that throws his whole
As
life
you
off.
saw last night,
He literally
texted
got
us,
ready to
wondering
do
like we doing it, and it was like, bro, we told you we're doing it tomorrow instead.
Thursday.
He's I thought so.
He said, yeah, he's like, I even thought so. But he's still prepared just in case. That's how dedicated he is to this
Super
podcast
dedicated.
for you guys.
I respect it.
I think that deserves a hit of the like button and subscribe button if you haven't.
Yeah, so if you haven't, do it already.
like for
He
Vernon
deserves it.
and his blank space right here. So anyway, so what you guys up to? Have a good week?
Yeah, man, how was your week?
Tiring.
Tiring.
My shoulder is like, I put icy hot on it and it's already done. So
I have icy hot beside my bed at all times. Me and my girl just like take turns putting it on each other.
That's what adult foreplay is putting icy hot on each
that
other.
is adult
Ooh, that
foreplay.
feels good.
It's like, hey, you want to fool around? No. Do you want to put icy hot on me though? And then we can
That
get
sounds fantastic.
Oh my god, dude, it's crazy. It's magical though.
It is. I get the little. You get the roll-on ball one, or do you get like the actual
we got the tube that's like right beside this anti-itch cream that I always accidentally grab. So
Hey, but at least you won't be itchy.
I won't be itchy.
Nah, man. We always get like there's like a tube you can get with like a ball in it, and you can like actually like rub it on yourself without touching it.
When Brittany
Yeah.
was painting
great.
a lot, she got like the patches that she'd stick like, on her shoulder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's crazy. But
Dude, if you're gonna get patches, you might as well just go for the lidocaine patches and get some lidocaine just straight on there. Like if you want to do it, just do it. Just don't feel anything in that spot of your body.
just inject yourself with something.
Yeah.
I mean, just
Lidocaine is over the counter, man. You can get it, man. Screw it. Just put it all over your body. Who wants to be numb?
rub some Oragel or something all over it.
I feel nothing. Evan just picking up stuff. It didn't work.
Me and Brittany were talking about this today, and it kind of irks me with icy hot. So, you know how the commercial says it's icy to dull the pain and then hot to melt it away? That's the exact opposite of how it works. It gets really hot first, and then it gets cold. Like, what's up with that?
I don't feel that. I think it gets cold then hot.
I think it gets, you feel like the menthol, and then it gets really warm, but then it gets cold again.
Well, because it's drying up. Listen,
I don't know.
My funny icy hot story is my son. He sees us put it on, obviously, and he's like, "Can I have some icy hot?" And I was like, "I don't think you'll like it. Is there any muscles that are sore?" And he's like, "A little bit right here." And I was like, "All right." And I was like, "Come here," and I rub it on him, and he's like, "Okay, it's not that bad." And then he's sitting in the chair. And he's like, "Is it gonna stop getting hot?" And I was like, "I don't know. Eventually, probably." He's like, "It's really hot." And I was like, "I don't know what to tell you, dude.
It's gonna burn your arm off, man. I'm sorry." You're like, "What?
What?" Like, stop thinking impure thoughts, and it won't get so hot, Tyler.
That's why it's getting so hot. What are you thinking?
That's why you're going blind too.
I go blind. I mean, I told him, I was like, I don't even like. I thought about it. I was like, I don't know how to stop icy hot, because have you ever gotten a shower after icy hot? It don't
You
help.
don't.
No, it'll make it burn a little
But-
bit more, I feel.
But you don't feel it on your hands. Isn't that
No.
weird?
Well, I don't know. I use the rollerball. I never get it
Oh,
on
see,
my
no,
hands.
I use it with my I use the cream, and you don't feel it on your hands at all. Like
Huh.
it's
Maybe because you have to let it settle and soak in. I don't
I
know.
don't know, man.
Maybe by the time you rub it all over, you wipe it off your hands or
but it's
whatever.
all
I'm
over
not-
your hand.
I'm not used to.
I don't know.
I think I'm more used to Wyatt wearing the headphones, and I'm definitely not used to you wearing.
I've worn
headphones.
them the last like 3 episodes, though, by the way.
I think he wore them last week, and I
You know,
noticed.
I didn't.
Ever
miss
since
last
I got my
week's.
haircut, I
I didn't
I
even
wore them.
I didn't miss the last episode. I just bailed out early. I had shit to do. At
you
11:30.
did, dude. You just
Yeah, you just
peaced.
pieced.
I had shit to
just
do.
left.
Mom's a freaker, man. Listen, and this is a little bit too much into my personal life, but who cares? Like, my mom needs a car, and me and Marissa are very fortunate that we have 2 vehicles. But Marissa works from home, so she doesn't really need a vehicle. Like, she's fine. So I've been letting my mom borrow the car. My mom does not take care of these fucking cars. Like, every time I get this car back, something's in dismay, and I'm just like, ugh. Like, she just doesn't. I don't know if she doesn't know what she's doing or what, but like, she called me real late at night. She's like, the check engine light's on, and I'm like, okay, like, it's fine. Drive home. And she's like, no, I don't feel comfortable. And I'm like, all right, I'll come and get you. You can drive my car home, and I'll take the fucking check engine light home. It's fine. That's why I had to leave, man. Gotta save your mom
Hey, it
sometimes.
happens, man.
Yeah, man.
And what
Gotta
was
save
it?
your mom. And here's the crazy thing. I don't know, because I took it to work the next day, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it in after
Mhm.
lunch. I started the car at lunchtime. The check engine light was off.
It just went
So-
off.
It'd be like that. Like
It'd be like that sometimes.
sometimes
Listen,
it just
I-
gives you a little bit of a scare to see if you're paying
Yeah.
attention.
I work in an automotive industry. I know it'd be like that. So it's
Mhm.
probably an O2 sensor or something, but I'll figure it out when it comes back on.
My
Other than that, fuck it.
Equinox, like my check engine light was on all the time because of the O2 sensor. Exactly that. But
Mhm.
every
It'll work.
once in a while, it would go off, and then I started to worry. I'm like, something's not right here.
Wait a minute.
Like I was supposed to have 3 lights on. I had my check engine light, my ABS light, and my traction control light. There was a story.
I've
to
had
that.
cars like that.
Dude. My brakes would act up. Like it was weird. They would like, you know how when you push down your brakes, when you slam on them, you feel those ABS like pump back.
Mhm.
So whenever I first turned that car on, I'd go to push my brakes, and they would just like start activating. Like it would be pushing up as I'm lightly hitting the pedal, and I almost couldn't push my brake pedal down. I'd have to like let up on it and then push back down again. And
Mhm.
then eventually, like after I would do that or go over a bump, those 2 lights would come on. The ABS light and the traction control light. And then I'm good. It doesn't do it after that.
You probably had an O-ring broken.
Dude, I took that thing to like 3 different places. I took it to the dealer I bought it from. But what's weird is they would like after they would have it, it wouldn't like do anything.
That's Murphy's Law, man.
And then
it's like
a month
what
later
can
or
go
like 2
wrong
weeks
will,
later.
but like it's almost opposite of that. It's like what can go wrong while you're sitting in the car, all the lights go on will go
Mhm.
wrong. But then when you get it to somebody, you're like, hey, this is happening. What can
Yeah.
go wrong will, because they'll go off.
So,
But,
like,
and
When
then
I
also
was younger, I would be sick and shit. I couldn't go to school, and then as soon as I go to the doctors, I would feel okay, bro.
You're like, I'm good.
like you
Because
have
what
like a
can-
fever of like 105 and you get to the doctors and it's like 99. And it's like
Yeah.
I swear it was more
I
than
swear
that.
I'm not lying. I
I
felt
was
terrible.
sick.
But yeah, dude, it was crazy. Like, and of course they're not driving it around for miles like I am.
And,
like-
and they can't.
You're driving it from like where I parked it to the garage. It might not do it in that.
Yeah.
Even driving it down the street and back, it might not do it. But
And they can't. I
Yeah.
mean, like, you have to think of them like they're doctors or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like, these technicians are making 50-some, 60-some dollars an hour, you know? Like, are you ready to pay that for them to drive it down the road for fucking
I
an
mean-
hour? Like, I'm just saying.
Don't do it.
They'll do it, but
They'll
you
do
got to
it.
pay for it. I'll take him on a
Mhm.
4-hour test drive if you want, but you paying me that 4 hours for the test drive. Like, my company got to make the money the same as a doctor needs to make the money, you know?
Mhm.
Welcome
No,
to
I agree.
capitalism. Suck
Man,
it up.
I don't know. I think mechanics are worth it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I mean,
It's the same as doctors, man. They just car doctors.
it's
Like,
it's
who,
like
who gonna complain? And listen, I'll complain about paying like pharmaceutical companies way too much
Mhm.
money. Like, fuck them. I ain't complaining about paying my surgeon too much money. Like,
yeah,
yeah, man, you fucking with my heart.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, man.
like
Whatever you
insulin
want,
or
I'll pay you.
EpiPens being $500. Like that's messed
Sure.
up. But
Fuck 'em.
if you're giving me like, like I'm about to get these, like I got these 2 cysts on my arm. I'm getting them removed next month. I can't do
Mhm.
that. I'm not messing with that. What are you
Yeah.
doing back there?
Is it a kitty cat?
My cat's like opening
Oh,
up the
bring the
window.
cat in. We got Wyatt's cat. I ain't got no cat, so I can't bring it in the picture.
Okay, he got spooked.
He's a
Bruce Lee.
fuck you.
That's exactly what he did. That's
Yo,
because
I
I'm
follow
sitting in a
Bruce-
spot.
I follow Bruce's Instagram, man. I'm a fan
He's
of
cute as
Bruce.
shit, bro.
He's a cute cat. Hey, listen, I don't
He's
usually
my little
like
buddy, dude.
I don't like flat faced cats, but that's a cute flat faced cat. Like
Because it's not like really that flat, and he
It-
still has like a little
he's
snoot.
cute.
He has a tiny little snoot.
He's cute.
He's adorable, dude.
He's a cute fucking cat, and
I'll be
he
sitting
always
there-
he always looks grumpy as shit. I'm like, yeah, cute
But
as hell,
he
man.
looks so like, dude, I'll be working and he'll just like hop up on the desk and just sit there and just stare at me. And then like if I like go over and start working on my laptop, I'll feel like a paw on my head, and I'll look up and he's just sitting there, just like
He's like, hey,
just touching my like patting my head,
pay attention to me, man.
like dude, he's
Yeah.
chill, and then he'll hop down and go sit on the couch.
When we're done here with
He
this,
hangs out with me all day.
we're gonna be done with the podcast. I'm gonna edit it. It'll be about like 1 or 2 o'clock by the time I go upstairs, and that's when he's gonna decide to take a shit, and he's gonna like smack the edge of that litter box and wake everyone up. That's exactly what he's gonna do.
What an
He's on,
asshole!
he's on a cycle, man.
Mhm.
I'm on a poop cycle too, man. Everybody got a poop cycle, man. I poop around
I'm
the same
about
time every day too.
I-
Like right around the same time. Leave your cat alone. You
I-
gotta
You
poop at
can't-
1:30 in the morning.
dude, if you gotta go, you gotta go. But like,
go,
dude,
man.
he
don't
kicks
mean you gotta
the back of that litter
kick
box,
the shit out of the litter box.
and he does it like at the
Bro,
worst times.
if you poop at 1:30 in the morning, you ain't gonna flush.
well, I'm going to, but I mean,
See, that's his flushing, man.
but like, it's like
You gotta
someone's.
cover that up.
It's like
You
he's
don't want you to smell it.
banging his head off the wall or something. Dude, he's
You don't
loud
want
as
you to
hell.
smell it.
What? That's true. I guess
He's,
I guess I
he's
can
a
be
courteous
thankful.
cat.
I don't understand why you don't even flush when you pee in the morning. Like I go in there, I don't understand.
Would you like to join the podcast?
No,
She was just like,
flush
She
your
roasted
pee.
you.
when,
Called out.
yo, yeah, okay, here, maybe I'm wrong here. We'll bring up the subject.
No,
Do you guys flush every time you pee?
Yeah,
I do,
every time?
but
Every
I
time.
will say in
like
the middle of the night.
95% of the time I do.
Nah.
Listen, here's my thing. It's usually only in the morning. I don't want to wake my kids and shit up. Like,
Bullshit.
When
I'm
I
up at like 5. I'm up at like 6 a.m. in the morning, dude. I'm not trying to like everybody else sleeping like a fucking baby. I'm
I
trying to wake-
understand. I understand the method.
when
Like,
we
I
I
had the
totally
understand what
get
you're
it,
kids,
trying to do.
like the kids slept in our room, which is right beside the bathroom. So it's like
yeah, man.
And pretty much that
we-
you're gonna wake
yeah.
up and go piss anyway. You're gonna flush it. Like that's
Yeah.
I mean,
man, I'm up-
I understand your
I'm
reasoning
going to
behind.
work. Most of the time I do, but like it's mellow in the morning. Let it, or if it's yellow,
it. Yellow
What?
watermelon.
whatever the saying is.
if it's mellow in the morning.
If
It's
mellow-
mellow in the morning.
Listen, my mornings are usually
Ricky
pretty
would say
mellow.
on Trailer Park Boys.
Nobody usually fucks with me in the morning, so my mornings are usually pretty mellow. Nobody's up when I'm up. It's
Oh,
just
no.
me alone in the house.
When
and
I'm-
Lauren, though, that's Marissa's sister. She lives in my basement.
For now,
She comes
right?
home. For now, she comes home when I'm leaving for work. So we have like a 5-minute conversation every morning, just like passing each other. That's nice. I like that because she's so tired. She's ready to go to bed. And I'm so tired because I'm like going to work. I'm like, mm-hmm.
You're just waking
She's
up
like,
from your
"Mm."
morning nap.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
I wake up and just start work, and I like the first 2 calls of the day are the worst because I'm so tired and I'm still waiting for my coffee to make. So like soon as I get like
What do you
up,
want?
first call or whatever, I go get some coffee, and then I'm fine from there on out. But like, man, it's rough. I'm just so
Yeah.
like tired. I don't want to talk to anybody.
I don't drink
And then
coffee,
like,
so
if
it
someone's having a real issue, I gotta really take care of. It's not like a pass or reset. I'm like, fuck.
You don't got that
Or-
caffeine, so
Yeah,
like, man, wake up at a normal time, you fucking asshole.
yeah. Call it later, man.
Oh, yo, you want to hear I have a call-in story about fucking shit that I'm real mad about right at the
Okay.
moment. Just to let you know. So, speaking of my mom, just to put this thing in full circle about things she doesn't take care of, she's had Marissa's car, the one she usually drives.
Mhm.
I usually drive the Audi. She usually drives the Acura. So my mom has had the Acura for a good long while. She calls me. I told you about the check engine light. I
Mhm.
get in it. The next morning, I go out to it, and I'm like, looking at the sticker. It's a month out of inspection. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like you've had this car for 2 months now. You couldn't have texted me. So, anyways, I go to work. I don't need the check engine light to be off to pass inspection. We live in Perry County. Well, I
Yeah.
do. So, like,
Mhm.
I'll get it inspected. I go on. I look at my registration. It's out a month too. So I was like, all right, I'll renew my registration. My registration was like, no, like it doesn't match our system. The information you put in, this doesn't work.
Oh.
So I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I don't know what's going on. So I call PennDOT. I'm on hold for 45 minutes probably at work.
Yeah.
Mind you, like I'm at work doing this. We just weren't having a busy day. So I was like, I can talk to PennDOT. Get on the phone with the guy. He's like, oh yeah, that's weird. Let me see what I can do to help you. Line goes dead. Completely dead. He's just not there anymore. And I'm just like, fuck. So I call back. I go through all the prompts and they're like, PennDOT's too busy. Please call it back at a later time. And hangs up on me. I'm like, fuck. I call back 4 or 5 more times in like different days. Every time I got that message, PennDOT's too busy. Please call back at a non-busy time. Click. And I'm like, fuck.
And then
you.
the
guys.
non-busy time, it probably says our hours of operations are
Oh yeah.
blah blah blah.
It was like the non-busy times are from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. I'd always call. I'm up. I'm at work. So fuck it. I called between those times. Never got through. So Marissa had off today. And I was like, listen, you got to run to PennDOT. You got to figure out something with our registration. So she ran to PennDOT with our registration. Here's what happened, okay? They canceled our plate. They took our plate away.
What?
But by mistake, they were supposed to cancel KXK. We have KXX.
Oh,
And like
Just because someone made a typo or something.
somebody made a typo
What?
somewhere and they canceled our plate. And they were like, well, we might have to get you a new plate. And I'm thinking the whole time, I was like, they're gonna make
What do you mean
keep-
you might have
Yeah.
to? You're getting me a new plate.
Oh,
Like,
they let me keep my plate. They just put it back in
they
activation.
just reinstated it or
But
something.
I was like, when Marissa texted me and she's like, they might have to get us a new plate. I was like, we're gonna have to pay for this shit. We're gonna have
Yeah.
to pay for this new plate, and they're gonna make us. And like,
yeah.
I can't argue this shit. I'm just
you
gonna have to
need
pay
your
for
car
this new-
registered. Like,
yeah, I need my car registered.
What happened if you got like got pulled over and then you got fined and shit?
yeah.
How was I supposed to explain that to the cop? Not fine, dude. If your plate's not registered, they're gonna take your car.
Yeah, they're gonna tell
Like,
you shit.
They're gonna tow your shit away. And how could I explain that to the cop? Like, hey man, at PennDOT they made a typo. Like he would have been like, okay,
He'd be
fuck
like,
you, dude.
This guy stole this. Like,
Like fuck that. He's
Go down to PennDOT. Don't call him. You never gonna get him.
You're
Go down
never
to
gonna get
PennDOT. Go down to PennDOT. and
let's go
explain
together.
this.
You can drive.
I'll go with you, man. I know you. I know you'll take me. Put me in the back.
Listen, I work in a fucking like an automotive place. Like I'm on top of my car shit, you
Mhm.
know, like
Yeah.
my car shit does not go by the wave side. So like I was so mad at my mom though, just to reverse back to that. And she's like, what are you mad at me for? And I'm like, Mom, like I wouldn't be so mad at you if my registration worked and I could get it inspected today. But now it's a month past over inspection and I can't get it inspected. And like, this is your fault. And she's like, well, if you get put over, I'll help you with the fine. I was like, help me? You're going to pay that fucking fine. You're going to pay every dollar of it. I don't give a shit. Help me. Like, you're borrowing my cars. You don't pay insurance on those cars. I don't ask you to fix those cars. Like, you just drive them. And it hasn't been like weeks. It's been like months. And
Yeah.
I'm okay. Like, I love my mom. My mom took care of me my whole entire life. Like, whatever she needs, I got her.
Yeah.
But like you can take responsibility for the things you do. Like it's as easy as looking at that sticker and you didn't do it. You're paying that fine. I don't care. That's your responsibility. My mom makes more money than me. Like, here's the thing.
I was just about to say rant over, but he
No.
is.
No,
like,
my mom
Oh,
makes
wait,
more
my
money.
mom makes more money than me.
Like, I
she can
know
pay that
She
fine.
got the money. She's got land that, like, the land's completely paid off. She doesn't have a mortgage or anything. Like, she don't have the bills that I have. And I know she has bills that I don't have, but it's not like nowhere near what I gotta pay, you
Yeah.
know? Like, she just ain't responsible. And I feel like it's at that time in my life where the roles have kind of reversed, and I gotta take care of my mom a little bit. And I'm like,
Ooh.
all right, like, I just gotta take care of her. Like, she don't get cars. I just gotta help her with this car, you know? Even though she don't listen to me, because I keep telling her, I'm like, she's got tons of money saved up,
Yeah.
like enough for like not a good down payment, like a great down payment.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just buy a new car, just buy a new one and get a warranty on it. And she's like, no,
Yeah.
no, I'm just gonna buy a used one and pay it all off. And I'm like,
That's
so frustrating.
That's that
for me.
generation, though, dude. Like,
It's so frustrating.
it's
Buy a new car, you won't have to worry about shit. Just keep getting
buy
your
a-
annual oil changes and tire
Yeah.
rotation.
And I work and buy a new car through me. I fucking work there. I will take them in for you. You don't have to worry about anything. We just gotta switch cars, and that's
It'll
it.
be way easier.
Yeah, dude, just buy a new car with a warranty. So for 5 years, you
Mhm.
just don't have to worry about it. Like, you can just calm, like, just be like,
Mhm.
whatever happens. It's fine, you know.
Yeah.
And that's how I
Yeah.
am with it. Me and Marissa have a beater car. I mean, it's an Audi A6, so as much as you want to call
Yeah.
that a beater car. But then we have the Acura. The Acura is paid for. It's got a warranty. It's got full coverage. Like, whatever happens to the Acura happens. I'll deal with
Yeah.
it, you know. So, and it brings comfort to me.
Yeah.
Brings
Yeah.
comfort to like know that Marissa's not driving a car that I can't fix instantaneously on the spot. You know, whatever happens, I got it. All right,
Yeah.
now my rant's over.
No, I agree though. Like we've been. I mean, we have this Subaru we bought last year. Not bought, but we're leasing it. The plan is to buy it eventually. You know, like we're not planning on trading it in for 3 years and everything. You know, doing that whole game. But it's like, you know, people have this notion. It's just like renting. They have this notion like if you're leasing it, you're wasting your money. I mean, you can look at it that way, but if you're going to be making a car payment anyway, what's
Yeah.
the difference? You know, like
Exactly.
it's just like people saying, you know, I guess with home ownership, it's a little different because you are putting equity into your home. But I mean, with a car, I mean, that thing loses value instantly. I mean, very
Yeah.
rarely are you going to buy a $20,000 car and sell it for even 15,000. You know,
Yeah.
like
It's
Yeah.
to me, and I always tell people, it's about buying a peace of mind.
yeah,
I hope you buy your warranty, and I hope you never have to use it.
Yeah.
I hope you don't use $1 of it. I hope your car is great, but I hope you have that peace of mind that if something does go wrong, it's good. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Like,
Like I agree,
it's
dude.
fine.
like
Like, just buy some peace of mind so you can sleep at night. You know,
just
buy
things
some
like
peace of mind so if you break down, you're not just like, oh my god, what the fuck am I gonna do to get to work? You're gonna be like, okay, you know, I'll get it fixed. We'll figure it out. You know,
Mhm.
Fuck.
yeah, like
So-
we got like so far since I've had it, all I've had to do, I got one oil change and I just got it inspected for the first time. I paid $10 to get it inspected and they washed it. Like,
there you go.
You
You pay for a
know,
wash, basically.
yeah, I mean, it's nothing, you know, yeah, I'm paying a decent
Only
bit
thing-
a month, but if
only
if
thing
something
that-
goes wrong with that right now, I will take it in, they will give me a car to drive, and then they will give it back when it's fixed.
Exactly.
Like that's
The
how
only-
it works.
The only thing that went wrong with me and Marissa's car is the AC compressor blew out like last
Yep.
year sometimes. But I bought the warranty. It was $0. They fixed it. I moved on with life, you know. And they were even going to give me a loaner, but I was like, no, I'll drive without the AC. Like, I'm not that picky of a customer. Like, I'll drive without the AC for a while. I'll just put the windows down. It's not that big of a deal. So I didn't take the loaner, but they were going to give me one. They're
Yeah.
like, we can get you a loaner. Like, it's fine.
You're probably paying
I
for a
don't
loaner.
No, you don't.
Well, like
My
like you're paying for it with the warranty.
Yeah,
Like,
I am.
yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
But whatever. Just roll the
Yeah.
windows down. Like, man,
It's not
I've
worth the
drove,
hassle.
I have drone hoopty cars my entire life.
Mhm.
Most of my cars barely had AC. You know, I was like, okay. I had this fucking Mitsubishi Eclipse, dude, and I had to keep it moving at all times or it'd stall. And like,
I remember that, dude.
yeah, dude, I owned that car for like a good 9 months to a year, and I always had to keep it like rocking back and forth, or it would stall. You could not keep it idling, so it had to go reverse back,
God.
and I drove with that forever, dude. I'm just used to that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it.
Dude, I didn't. When my Equinox that I have, which is now completely done,
Grab some
It-
water quick.
it needs fixed, and on top of that, the heat doesn't work. I don't know. I think I told you guys this, but to
I think
fix,
we talked about it a little bit.
so they tried to fix. It's honestly, it's a cheap fix. It's only like a $30 part, but to get to it, you have to take the entire dashboard apart, which is
Probably like
I-
a heater core or something.
oh,
dude.
it's something
Heater
stupid.
cores aren't expensive.
No,
but you got to rip the dash
That's
apart.
exactly what they were telling me. He was like,
Yeah.
it's going to take me like the entire day to tear that apart, and you're going to have to pay the labor. And I'm like, oh,
And the labor's
Oh yeah,
what, $100 an hour
Yeah.
if you're lucky.
yeah. They were telling me it'd be like $1,000 fix for a $30 part, and it's like,
Yeah.
but anyway, that car had AC, and it didn't even have AC when I first got it. I feel like we fixed something in it, and I remember, man, this was only like 5 years ago, and I remember the first time blasting AC in a car, and I'm like, this is nice.
Oh
Like,
my god.
I have a car that has AC. Like, and now
Oh.
it's like, man, I turn that on, and it is cold, crisp air in like 30, not even 30 seconds, like 10 seconds, man. I am already comfortable.
Well, you're a V6, right?
No, it's a V4. It's
Oh, it's a 4?
not my
Hmm.
Equinox, my Subaru.
Your
But yeah.
Subaru's a 4?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
Dude,
surprised.
dude, it's crazy. Yeah, it's
Because Marissa's car is great, the Acura, but it's only a 4-cylinder also,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and like it takes a little while to heat up and cool down. But like
oh,
my
yeah.
Audi, that's a V8, because that engine's so fucking big, dude. Like the instant you turn that shit on, it's like hot air blowing out.
This is
Like,
actually the first 4-cylinder I've ever owned. I had I had the Jeep, and then I bought a minivan, which was a 6-cylinder, and then I had the Equinox, which was 6. And this is a 4, but it doesn't feel like it. Man,
No.
I can pass people going up the mountain like nothing.
yeah, Subarus have all-wheel drive though. They kick ass. If you're gonna lease a car and own it, Subarus are great cars.
Mhm.
And Wyatt can probably. I mean, he only worked at a. Would you work at a Honda dealership?
Yeah.
I mean,
I've worked on
dealership-
Subarus though.
I worked at a dealership that sells all kinds of cars, and like Subarus are great cars.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna like. I don't
Yeah.
own a Subaru. or
I was
anything,
looking at Subarus before I got my Mazda.
Mazdas are even stepping up, dude.
Mhm.
Mazdas, Hyundais, and Kias, all of them have a real bad name, but like they've been stepping up in the last few years, like where they're good cars. They're
I
good
love
cars.
my Mazda, dude.
And
I love my cars. I love my Audi. I love my Audi. It's too expensive to fix though. And if you're not
Yeah.
willing to pay the price to fix it, then just don't get it. But I love the V8. I love how much fucking power that bitch has. Like that thing. I don't know if any of you driven. I think Vernon drove it one
Mhm.
time, but like
no, I haven't.
that thing, whew, it moves. It gets up. But that's like my fun car.
yeah,
The Acura, it's just like a little like save me gas, get 37 miles to the gallon, have a great time, you know. Like let's go to Pittsburgh in that. The
Yeah.
Audi's more like, hey, I can go real fast. You're like, let's do it.
Yeah.
But I know I'm gonna have to get rid of the Audi eventually. Eventually
Yeah.
it's gonna I didn't pay that much for it, but like eventually there's gonna become a point where I'm like, I'm not willing to put the money into
Yeah.
it. I bought a headlight for it like last year, and not like a bulb, like the whole
Oh,
assembly.
the whole
assembly.
headlight. Okay.
It was $1,000.
Jesus.
$1,000. Yeah. It wasn't quite 1,000. It was like
Mm.
928, but it was
Still,
$1,000.
I think I'd just wait till I got pulled over.
No, man, I had to fix because I needed the inspection too. And I was like,
Okay.
and so I have the headlights. When you turn the car, it moves, like the headlights move, and the wire in it like broke, so my high
Mhm.
beam didn't work. And I was like, dude, my car sits so high, I don't even use a high beam. And they're like, sorry, like you gotta get it fixed still. And I was like, fuck. So I put the new headlight in it. We moved on with life. Oh
Yeah.
well, it's been good since. But
Yeah, I
It
mean,
is.
you do have the point where it's like, okay, yeah, $1,000 for something stupid, but I mean, it's not like I can buy something right now that
Sure.
would
it's
replace that.
$1,000.
I mean,
Well, for every used car, and I always like to bring this up to people, like the basic rule is you put in as much as you got it for. Like I bought the car for about $4,000.
Okay.
So I'll put about $4,000 into it of unnecessary work. Tires don't count, oil
Yeah.
changes don't count. Like that
Yeah.
shit doesn't count. That's just shit you're gonna have to spend on any car. But when you start getting to like little shit like check engine lights or my headlight assembly,
Yeah.
like that's the shit that counts. And that's really I spent the $1,000 on the headlight, and one time one of my one of my valves went out, but it was like $80 to fix.
Oh,
So
that's
like
nothing. You
those
don't
are the
even-
only two.
You'd
Yeah.
write that off. Like that's not
Exactly.
Even, yeah.
Like those are the only two things that I've ever had to spend on that car that weren't. And now, granted, my oil changes are like $80. The thing takes like 9. It takes like 9 quarts of synthetic oil,
Jeez.
and my brakes, like to replace my brakes is like a 2-hour job, because it's not like most brakes where you just pull them off. Like you have to put the computer to the system and you have to let my e-brake release. So they have to hook up like a scan tool. They have
My
to
God.
type it in. Like it has to release. Like I get it, but again, that's just part of owning. It's part of owning it, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't ever count any of that shit, because I have had to replace a lot of brakes, tires.
But yeah, you're gonna replace brake pads and tires and stuff all the time. Doesn't matter
regardless
what
of
car.
Exactly. And drive the best car in the world, like the Volvo S90, the best, safest car in the world. You're still going to need brakes and tires.
The
every
brakes
now
will
and
never wear
Yeah.
down. They're made of diamonds.
then. Yeah. And to be honest with you, I don't buy expensive brakes. You know, like
No.
I replace my tires like every year, but it's because I don't buy expensive tires. You know, I'm not buying Goodyears. I'm buying the cheapest tires my shop will throw at it, and I'm just like, fuck it. Like I know I'm going to replace them next year.
Yeah.
But fuck it. This is what I got now. Let's throw them on that bitch.
That's something I always slacked on with tires, you know, and you don't notice it until you need to notice it. Like, you know, like snow and stuff. You can just tell the difference whenever you have new tires and stuff.
New tires,
Yeah.
definitely. But I'll tell you the truth, the difference between 4-wheel drive and all-wheel drive and 2-wheel drive, like it's night and day. I know Wyatt drives a 2-wheel drive car, like, and I know he hates driving in the snow.
I don't drive in the snow much anymore, so it's
I know
nice.
you don't.
But
But I have
I'm
no
not
fear.
bothered by it now. Like I've
I mean,
never
yeah.
been because
You have a 4-wheel
it
drive
sucks in a
vehicle?
2-wheel drive, bro.
Yeah.
It really does.
oh, I know.
hate it.
Yeah.
I will always, and I might have told the story in the podcast, but
That's
I've
why I
always,
wanted a Subaru, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You do.
I always have the memory. I'm sorry.
Go, no, go ahead. Go ahead. That's fine.
I always have this memory of the first time I bought the Audi. It was the first winter. Now my Audi's all-wheel drive too,
Mhm.
and I was coming up the mountain. It was snowing, so I drove to work. And as soon as I got to work in the snow, they were like, "Oh, we're closing down the store. You got to turn around." I was like, "Hey, fuck you guys," but whatever. Turned around. I'm coming back, and you guys know, like we live on top of a
Yeah.
mountain. I'm driving up the mountain. I'm following this Lincoln, and this Lincoln is going slow, and I'm
Nope.
like,
No,
"You're getting stuck."
not on that
getting
mountain. Not on
stuck.
that side of the mountain, especially.
Yeah, I was like, "You're getting stuck. I'm gonna get stuck behind you."
I would just.
So
I would have like, just stayed like 100 feet back or more than that. Like, I
well,
would have been
I
like
did-
a mile back from them.
I stayed behind him. He did get stuck, of course, because I knew it, and I parked. I had to stop, full stop behind him. And
Oh,
he's like, "Shit!" I'm like, "Shit, I'm
Uh.
stuck here too now." And I was like, "Well, I'm gonna try it." And I went behind him, right up that hill. Didn't even matter. I passed that dude and just went right. And I was
A
like,
big F you to him. Like,
"Oh!" I was like, "Look at this 4-wheel drive car, just like right up this thing, dude." And I was
yeah.
like, "Look at this!" And ever since then,
See-
dude, I have no fear.
Even
Yeah.
though my Mazda is 2-wheel, it is nice because it does have traction control.
mhm.
Yeah.
Is it front?
Yeah, I mean-
Which none of my other cars have had traction control.
Oh, really?
I just had to deal with that shit. Yeah.
Is it front wheel drive?
It's got to be the Mazda.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's something at least.
And
right?
it's stick, and stick's a little easier to control in the snow too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sticks because you can stay in the gear you need.
Mhm.
Like, okay, I need to get more power to my wheels. I'll stay in second. You know, I'll let it rev up to a 6 or like I know it shouldn't be a 6 or 7, but you know,
Yeah.
I need to get up this hill. It's going
Yeah.
to a 6 or a 7.
It's gonna be what it's gonna be.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be. This engine's gonna deal with it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
get home.
I'm getting the fuck over this hill.
exactly.
I remember one of my favorite like times driving in the snow. I was driving to Brittany's house, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with where her parents lived at the time, or well, they still live there. But there's
I
like
don't
that really steep hill with like
Okay.
the S turns. It's on Page Hill Road. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I don't know.
Really steep hill, and right after the hill, there's like these super like sharp S turns, like kind of like Wagner's Gap but condensed.
Mhm.
But anyway, so I see this car coming down, and I stop because like I know, you know, with the snow and everything, it's like I'm just gonna wait until they get down the hill and everything.
Mhm.
And they're going super slow, but they're just chugging along perfectly. And the car gets up close to me. At this point, they're in the clear, and it's this like little old lady driving, and she's giving me this thumbs up with this biggest smile, like, "Yeah, I made it." It was so funny.
That's awesome.
Like, good for
I don't
her.
have a favorite snow story because I hate driving in the snow. I hate
think
like
the-
I don't have a favorite driving in the snow story.
I think the Audi story is my favorite driving in the
Mhm.
snow story.
Oh,
I
that's-
have.
That's a victory, dude. Like,
It's
you
a victory. I
not only got up the mountain no problem, but just went around someone. Just
just went around somebody, and like I felt bad almost, but I was like, "Fuck you."
well,
Like, I
yeah.
don't give a
I
shit.
mean, what are you
went
gonna
too
do?
slow.
You're not gonna tow him with it.
But even if like I've saved a couple people in the snow, like my sister one time, she used to work at the Radiant near the near the Turkey Hill right there, and she called me one day. And she's like, it was snow, and she's like, "Hey, I hate to bother you. Can you come pick me up? You know, like you have all-wheel drive. Her vehicle didn't." I was like, "Yeah, I'll come out to get you." So I pull up, and like it's not just her; it's like two of her employees coming to my car too, and they're like, "Listen, you can just drop us off at Embers if we can get us that far." And I was like, "All right, everybody, let's go!" And like I had to
Load
like
up.
save this. I got to save this whole store just like coming out because like
I'm
you know,
sure like the weight helped too.
Yeah.
Like, you have more people.
hell yeah, man.
Hey, you got
throw it in.
friends? Load them in.
That helped.
It's German, man. That car weighs a fucking ton, anyways.
Yeah,
That fucking car weighs a ton. But I was
that's
like,
cool, though.
it was nice to get to save them. And they're actually, I mean, I wouldn't consider them like my friends, but like they actually bought a car from CarMax like a year later. And like every time they come in, they're just like, "Oh, where's Alex?" And I always say, "I like," so like I got to know them a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a
Bro,
triumph
just,
for sure.
like that's the time my anxiety gets crazy.
Mhm.
Is like when I know it's snowing and I have to drive in that shit, and then I have to like my anxiety, like I have to have everything off. I have to be in complete silence
Really?
and focus on drive. Yeah, bro.
I'm
I,
the total
I have-
opposite. I drown it
I
out.
would be the I would
Oh,
be the same
dude,
way, but
yeah,
I'm
I
with
can't.
Evan. I have to call somebody. I like to call somebody and I like
Ooh.
to talk to them. So I
That's
have
good.
just like somebody to just like call me down. Hey, talk to me about your nonsense. What'd your
yeah,
boss do
I
today?
feel like I'd be able to do that, but yeah,
just, like talk to me about your bullshit for today. Like I just need something.
oh man, I just get anxiety when I have to do it. I hate
See,
it. It's because like I hated the mountain and I hated Windy Hill.
Oh,
Yeah.
Windy Hill sucked.
They
I was
they've
like,
been.
I just kept getting anxious. That's why, like, when I worked at Ray Hall and shit, whenever it starts snowing hardcore at work, I'd be like, "Yo, I gotta go home."
He's
Like, I'm sorry, like, I'll take the rest of the day. That's fine. I
Yeah.
gotta go, bro. I'm
give
not
me the
chancing
point. Give me whatever you need.
Mhm.
it. Yeah, whatever. I'm leaving.
Yeah, man, and fuck them. I mean, no job's worth your life, and I
No.
Exactly.
luckily, my man, like, and I don't know about every CarMax, but my CarMax is really good about that. Like, they're like, no
Yeah.
job's worth your life, dude, and they don't ask you to come in on times that aren't available. They're just like, fuck it, you know. We closed down. You remember when it was calling? It was this year. It was calling for a real bad snowstorm,
Yeah,
and then
did
like
nothing.
then nothing happened. And
Yeah.
they closed the store down, and the whole day I was expecting them to call me back in. They just didn't. They were just like, it's closed, you know.
Yeah,
That's
It
cool.
is what it
what's
is.
the point?
I did. Now I'm snow team, so I did eventually have to go in, but not because of CarMax, just because I elected to be snow team. That's on me. So
Yeah.
I eventually had to go in, but it is what it is.
Now
Yeah, snow sucks.
I
I'm
actually
moving
get
south.
I get more anxious with the rain at night than I do with snow. I hate driving in the rain at night specifically.
Rain at night.
Like, I don't know if
Yeah.
it's just because I can't see anything. Like,
Bro, I remember it was last year before, it was like a month or two before all this crazy pandemic shit
Mhm.
went down. When me and Annette went and saw Hall & Oates and Hershey, when we came out, it was pouring. Like the shit you see people stopping on the side of the road to wait until for it to stop type pouring. And I just remember, like, I don't know why it took us, but it took us on a really back road on the way home.
Oh,
And I'm glad it did because I did not want to get on the highway.
yeah.
But like for some reason, I don't know why, and I'm glad it did, but my GPS like automatically corrected to go like a back way home. And I just remember just going super slow on this back road. And it's just like you could barely see in front of you.
Mhm.
That's how fast, like hard the windshield wipers going super fast.
That's what I hate.
And I'm just like, ugh. It was terrible, dude. I
I'm
hate
with
that
you.
shit.
That kind of pounding rain gives me anxiety, but
Mhm.
like
regular.
That kind of
Oh no,
pounding
I'm
rain.
not. I don't mean like a light drizzle, but like thunderstorms. You know, like I also don't
Yeah.
like thunderstorms. Like,
It
I don't like
has to
being
be-
out in thunderstorms.
Pounding rain for me to be anxiety about it. Other than
Yeah.
that, I'm okay. Like
I just
it has to be like cats and dogs out there, dude. Like
Yeah, snow at
It's
night's
gotta be
worse
something.
than rain at night. I
yeah.
think.
Snow at night
Snow
sucks.
at
It
night's
looks like
pretty
you're
bad,
going
too.
through fucking like Star Wars shit, like fucking hyper.
Yeah, you go through warp speed.
that's totally what it looks like.
Oh shit! Like I don't like that.
So you can't see like anything in front of you when you're snowing while you're driving. It's thick snow.
It just makes me nervous because like you're like at under any of this could be the thickest ice patch ever, and you could just be like, it doesn't matter
And
if
then
you got
around
four-wheel
here, you
drive
just
and-
have like on top of that the risk of deer just jumping out, like out
Yeah.
of nowhere because
exactly.
And then when you try to stop or do something, you slide.
Yeah. And you always have this big yeehaw trucks of fucking douchebags like
oh yeah,
riding around, like, oh, I could do the snow. Like, dude, I don't care what your yeehaw truck does. Ice is gonna stop anybody. Yeah, going around, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna go my speed. I'm good. I don't
That's
care if it takes
exactly
me
my
4 hours
philosophy.
to get home.
Fuck
Fuck
you.
you.
I'm going my speed.
yeah,
dude.
honking
The
their
snow and
General
shit.
Lee horns and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you know what truck I'm talking about? There is a truck. There is a General Lee truck. Drives
And
around
only
Perry
use
County.
it like 3 times a year, only when it snows. And when someone needs help moving. That's the only time I would use that damn truck.
Nah, man, I actually just read a great meme about fucking moving. It's like, man, we almost 30 years old. Don't ask me to help move. Like, hire some movers. Like, fucking a case of Bud Light and pizza is not worth throwing my back out. Like,
Oh.
like, fu-
When is the I never thought about that. When is the appropriate age that you stop like actually moving your shit or someone else's shit? You
just
actually
hire movers.
I mean,
I don't think it's an age. I think it's how
Depends.
much shit you got.
Yeah,
like you actually own a house and you have
Yeah.
a house full of stuff.
Dude, I know none of you. I think Vernon and Cody have both helped me, but like my bed frame is heavy. Cause I have that bed that vibrates, like I click a button, it vibrates and moves and shit. So my bed frame's made out of like fucking steel, dude. It's fucking heavy. So I've moved that thing like 2 or 3 times, and it is. I'm moving a mover, man. I'm getting some big old. I'm fucking junk for hunks or whatever that fucking place is called. I'm gonna get some shirtless dudes in here, fucking boxes for foxes. Fucking get it out, this bitch.
so it's not moving, but you guys want to help me
It
build
was
a
like
fence?
a movie company you found in like the phone book and like the porno pages where you find like the strip club ads or whatever. It's just like some moving company. Melissa's like, why'd you hire Marissa's just like, why'd you hire these people? Like, they're the cheapest guy people that can move this, man. I don't care what it look like.
Yeah, man. I don't
As long
care.
as they're moving our stuff.
It's gonna be like sexy ass bras and big buff guys. And I'm like, you want me to take my pants off? Nah, dude, just move the bed.
Nah, man, just move my stuff.
just get the bed down there.
As long
Like,
as
are
you're
you
bending
sure?
down to get that bed frame, you
Dude,
do what you
handle
gotta
that
do.
bed frame perfectly. You look strong enough.
Yeah.
Get to
Listen,
moving.
I'll even give you the moans if you want it. Like, oh yeah, move that fucking bed. Like, if that's what you want, if that's what gets you your money, whatever. Just move that fucking bed, dude.
Every item they get in the truck, they
When you
get a
tip
tip.
them, you gotta stuff it in their G-string.
Yeah,
At the end.
every item they get $1. Like,
Ooh yeah,
They're like, do I have to do this? And they're like, yeah.
yeah.
yeah. Get
Don't
that
touch me,
bookcase. Yeah.
No shame, dude. I'll do that shit willingly. I'm like, here's your $1. There's a fucking dresser upstairs. I really need you to move that. Too.
That
Yeah.
bed, here's $10. You move that damn bed. That's
That bed, that
hell.
bed's heavy.
Alex, I got a little story here that I think you're gonna appreciate. So Brittany bought a bookshelf today. Okay, put all of her books up and stuff. That we haven't. They've just been sitting in boxes for a while. But she's also getting like a DVD case and everything. All right. So okay. So we're going through some stuff. We were gonna move. Speaking of moving, now we're not. So we're just kind of going through some things to see if we want to like sell it off or something. No, dude, that house was shit.
Oh, I thought-
Sorry,
Shut
mom,
up.
if you're listening, but it was so much work, dude. It was
I feel you.
it was a lot of work that
I don't mean to sidetrack
Wasn't
you,
worth
but
it.
was it a good enough deal that you could buy it and stay in your house and work on it while like you're not there?
it wasn't.
I don't know what the deal.
That's what we were doing, honestly, because we were working on it. We
Mhm.
cleaned it out and everything. We actually started painting it and everything. We tore some things out and everything, but it just needs way too much work for for the time frame that we want to be in there, my mom is currently, they own it and they were renting it, but I mean, it's going to be months, and they can't go months without us paying it. And
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
we only get like one day a week if we're lucky to go up and
Can
actually
go
work on it.
work on it.
So
But
it wasn't worth
isn't-
it. But it was going to be a 3-bedroom house for the same price we were buying this one. So we could either rent or just sell this, whatever. Either way, it would have been a win-win. But dude,
And
if you saw
if the deal isn't good enough, you don't know to do it. And a quick story, just to sidetrack
Yeah.
you. I'm going to listen to your story, but my sister just recently got a house for $150,000, which is a great deal because she got 10 acres, dude. Just
Oh,
like so
yeah.
much land. The house
10
needs work.
acres, but
The house needs work, but I was like, for 10 acres,
10 acres is
fuck it.
worth
Yeah.
150,000.
I was like, fuck it, just buy the land. Like, who cares? Live in a dilapidated house and move on with life, you know. But you got to weigh those options,
Yeah.
you know.
But
Anyways,
like it wasn't even
don't
like
think-
to the point where we couldn't live in it and fix it up and everything. It was just
yeah,
it
hers
was
is livable.
way
Hers is
too
livable.
too much. I mean, it's livable. It's a nice house. Actually, it's a real sturdy. I think it's sturdier than this house. It's just there's a lot of improvements that we need done before we move in, and there's things like, and there were kids living in this house, and there's like electrical sockets out, and
Man, you need any help, you let me know, man. I'm actually pretty versed.
well-
I know you said you ain't buying it, but if you
Yeah.
ever change your mind, I'm 100% willing to help.
well,
you
we
with
had
that
like
shit.
Brittany's dad drywall and everything too. Like we were at that point, but like the whole awning on the porch needs done. There's water coming in the
Fucking
freaking.
tear it down for now.
It like the whole house needs doing.
Listen, I'm with you. I'm just saying, if you change your mind and need any help, man, we'll start filming Squad Pod Fixes Evan's House. And we'll fucking come
Hang
over
on
every
for a
Wednesday.
few minutes
Squad
after
pod
this, and I'll tell you
instruction.
something real quick. I don't want to
Alright.
say it in the podcast and everything,
Yeah,
but
I
anyway,
get it.
where I'm getting at with this,
Anyways,
so Brittany
DVD
gives
rack.
me a box, okay, and I don't have a lot of stuff, but a lot of the stuff I have, it's kind of useless, but I like to keep it. I'm someone that I like to keep some of the things that I cherish and everything.
Yeah.
So she gives me my box of PlayStation games. And I'm like, she's like, so which ones don't you want? And I'm like, well, I don't want to get rid of any of them. And she's like, well, what do you mean? Like, I'm like, well, I don't want to get rid of them. She's like, well, when are you ever going to play these? And I'm like, well, that's not the point.
That's not the point.
I like cool.
So
There's games like I've beaten and I'm probably not going to play again, but I
But,
keep
like,
them.
I know I went on like this tirade of like digital, like over digital over physical, but I'm like I had
Dude.
Battlefield 4 that we played once. And I'm like, but it's part of the collection. Like it's
Yeah.
I don't
Memory.
Man, I'm surprised you didn't pull up some of my shit and tell her about
Dude,
my physical
oh,
versus
she knows.
digital.
And she gets it though, because then I have a Witcher 3 playthrough book. Like one of the like the
yeah, like the walk through
Yeah.
guides.
and I'm like, you can just throw that out. And she's like, well, that was expensive. And I'm like, well, yeah, but no one's going to buy a book for a 5-year-old game or 6-year-old game.
that they can find on the internet
And-
now.
I'm like, you can just throw it out. And she's like, well, we'll just keep it. I'm like,
It looks nice.
but, well, I think she has fond memories of, she enjoyed watching me play The Witcher 3. So
Yeah.
I think she didn't want to throw it out for that. But I'm like, see, like, that's why, like, you can throw away Call of Duty, Advanced Warfare, whatever. That game's worth like 10 cents. And then there was like
But
Yeah.
you had good squad memories with fucking
that's what I'm
Battlefield 4, man.
saying. Like, there's a story behind every game, even though it's
I
nothing
remember
big.
playing fucking. I think we played that, and then we played Hardline like the next day, and
Like
that's
once.
we played them once. Just
I
once.
remember, I think it was one of you guys. You bought me Hardline and drove it to my house, and I paid you back for it. And then we
Probably
played
Cody.
it
That
once.
sounds like a Cody thing.
This was like this was right before COVID. I forget who it was. One of you guys drove up to my house and gave me Hardline because it was like
I've
$15.
driven up to your house to give you a game, but I thought it was Rainbow Six. I got
Yeah,
you.
I thought I did at one point too. I forget what it was.
maybe he was Hardline.
I wasn't
Maybe it was Rainbow
hardline, I don't
Six.
think.
I don't have Rainbow Six. I have it on digital. I don't have that
Oh.
on physical.
Maybe I didn't buy for you.
But like
Maybe
Destiny,
I was Hardline.
you're like, I'm not gonna buy Destiny or play Destiny the first one again, but I'm not getting rid of that. Like,
Yeah.
But then I
Here's the
found,
thing, though.
yeah, but it's like, yeah, not the,
It's definitely memories.
yeah. So
It's
like
memory.
I kind of, not that I didn't have that appreciation before of like the physics, but it's mainly the cases, like I'm not really too worried about even the games inside of them. It's just,
It's just have something nice to look on your shelf.
but then like I had like my Pokemon games and I'm like, well, we're not getting rid of them. And she's like, I know we're not getting rid of them.
That's out of the question.
Yeah, like she even said, she's like, I know
I'm
we're
getting
not
rid of those
getting rid of them.
PlayStation games before I get rid of these Pokemon
Yeah,
games.
man.
I'll get rid of the
you.
PlayStation
I'll
before
get
I
rid of you before I get rid of these fucking Pokemon games, dude.
Yo, I was excited
Evan's-
though. I
He's
had
like looking at Brittany. I'll get rid of you
Like,
before I get rid of this
you
PlayStation.
it's
Yeah,
me
you
or
don't
Pokemon
understand.
Heart Gold, and I'm just like sweating. Like,
No,
No,
man. Like, and
I
here's
love
my
Heart
thing.
Gold.
I one day, and me and Marissa have been talking about it a lot lately. Like, we want to buy a house, and in my house, I'd really like to have not a man cave. I don't need a whole room. Even if I
Mhm.
split a room with her, where it was really just our rooms, and I like had a room to be ours. I want to put my movies up. I want to put my
Yeah.
games up. Like, I want all that shit to be there.
That's pretty much this room, bro. This
Exactly.
is like my room / office.
Yeah, man. And I've talked about an office before, but
See, like my office would have like RGB lights and stuff, and like
oh man, you know what I asked? My birthday's coming up, by the way, so both you better wish me happy birthday. But I asked Marissa for a new keyboard for my birthday. I want some like RBG
Oh,
light
dude,
shit. I'm
I
excited.
could. Okay, although you probably want one of your own, I actually have a Black Widow that I don't use because I have my laptop.
I want my own. And not only do I want my own,
It
I
was like
want-
$100 keyboard. You can have it or borrow it at least.
I want my own, and I want a keyboard. Like, you know those like lap trays you can put a keyboard in. I want one of those too, because a lot of times when I'm editing, like I'm kind of watching TV and
Mhm.
editing,
Yeah.
so like I need like a lap tray to do it. Because I usually take my keyboard and put it in my
Mhm.
lap anyways, so I can use it.
But yeah, that laptop or that keyboard's cool. It has 2 USB slots because one's for the lights and then one's for the actual keyboard, and then it has a headphone jack because then the keyboard has a headphone jack on it, so that way you don't have to like.
Like put it all over
Yeah.
your thing.
But like,
Ah,
but it's a mechanical
that's cool.
keyboard, so every keystroke it's like, and it
Oh no,
sounds
I
awesome.
that's what I want.
Yeah.
I want a mechanical. She has a mechanical keyboard, and I love it. And I would just
Wish I
steal
had
hers if she'd let
They
me
are
have.
really cool.
Yeah, dude.
Brittany
Like,
actually said, and I wish I had that keyboard. She said she actually likes listening to me type because
oh, dude,
I
me
type
too.
really fast. Like,
Oh, Marissa does too.
Like-
Dude. She has to type like fucking a million words a minute.
I think we
I
should
know
have
that's a
type off.
hyperbole. Dude, you should have a type. No, dude, she has a job where she types every day, dude.
Okay. I
Type
don't
off
do
with
that
her.
anymore. But I've
Everyone
timed it.
type off. That's
Type
next
off.
squad pod. You
I
guys
have
are having a type
done.
off.
I've done tests online, and it ranges obviously because every test is different. But it ranges between like 70 and 100 words a minute.
Bro,
Like, I don't know what
we
she's
should
at,
do this
but-
next podcast. Next Wednesday, I want you and Marissa to have a fucking type off.
100% of my typing class. Fuck with me.
100% on a typing class. She said it. She ready
Okay,
for it.
I'm just gonna say though, I make a lot of errors. So
Oh no, she don't make errors, dude. Listen, I be like days like that
I
I,
type
don't
fast,
work that
but
she
I can't read
does. Because she works from home and her computer's right in the house for now until we get our own office because Lauren still lives downstairs. But anyways, like
I feel like every time you mention Lauren, you're just like, she lives downstairs and she'll be out hopefully soon.
She'll be out,
Like,
hopefully
we're gonna have a
you always say that.
compilation here of Alex saying,
I
"One
cannot.
day
There's,
Lauren's gonna
there's
be
probably like a 2-minute video of just parts you could pull of Alex saying, yeah, it's Lauren. Like, she lives in the basement. Hopefully she moves out soon. I'm gonna make an office down there.
But Marissa, like, even though like I want to sleep till like 11:30, 9 o'clock rolls around, and all I hear is and I'm like, and I'm just like, it's so fast, dude. It never stops. And I'm just like, all right, I'm up. Like, all right, I'm up at 9:30 in the morning. Let's do it. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I'm up. She listen, and I'm with you, Evan. Like, I'm not a bad typer. Like, I'm fine. Like,
I
type
don't make
decent-
that many mistakes, but like,
Oh, see,
It's-
I'm different.
Yeah.
I make a lot of mistakes. So, like, when I have 3 service advisors at my job, and I'm one of them. When we type in notes, you can kind of tell who wrote the note to what the thing looks like.
Yeah.
Like Bill, who's one of my service advisors, he's always in capital letters. Brittany, she's very punctual. She's got her punctuation. She has her commas. She has everything. Me, tons of
all
misspelling.
lowercase.
No, it's usually the first two letters are usually capital, and then everything else is because I capital the first one, but I go
accidentally hold
back.
it too long. Or...
Yeah, and I go so the first.
And you just
two
can't be
the first-
bothered to backspace.
Nah, listen, you guys text me all day. You know I ain't backspace.
I was just gonna
Like,
say, Alex, are you saying
I-
you're not good at spelling?
I'm great at spelling. I'm just not going back for it, dude. Like you ask me to spell any word right now, I'll figure it the fuck out. But like
Hyperbole.
It's not a good typist.
hyperbole.
I don't know
HY.
why that was the first. This
I
is
know
kind of
how
a
to spell
hyperbole.
HYBERBOLE. No,
I know how to
You
spell
said
it.
B, not P. Maybe you meant P.
Yeah, HYPERBOLE.
that's what I meant. If
Okay.
I didn't say
Maybe, yeah. When you said, I was like, okay, maybe he meant P, not B.
Oh,
Yeah.
I meant P. It's
Yeah.
hyperbole.
Hyperbole.
Hyperbole. Yeah, that's how I remember how to spell
That's how I
it.
remember-
Hyperbole.
Why is
But-
that the first word that came to my head? Because that
I
whole
don't know,
thing
but-
was of hyperbole. Anyway,
It's not the fact that I can't spell. I'm not going back to the word that I misspelled and fixing it.
Yeah.
You'll get it. I trust your guys' comprehension skills more. Like you'll get it. You'll be fine.
so
Yeah,
should
I'll
we change
understand.
your name in the group chat from worst typer in the group to just laziest typer in the group?
Maybe.
Yeah,
No,
that's
I'm,
what
def-
she-
I'm definitely the worst typer in the group. And again, it's. Do you guys go back and fix it?
Yeah.
Like you'll go back.
yeah.
Depending.
If I
Oh.
if I see it, if I don't see
Yeah.
it, then I'll correct it. You've seen it. If I misspell something, I'll usually correct it.
Yeah.
I'll put something.
You'll get it. I know you'll get it. It's fine. Like move
Well,
on.
yeah. If I spell something, I'll go back and correct it most of the
Mhm.
time.
And I mean, you guys are who I text the most. Actually, funny enough, me and Tyler have a joke with Marissa that every time she goes out, I have a girl named Brenda over here. It's she's not a real person, but she was like, "Is your whole group chat Brenda?" And she's like, "Is Vernon Brenda?" And I was like, "Yeah, my whole group chat's in on it. The whole entire group, like they just been fucking texting it this whole entire time."
He's
But
been fucking with Brenda. Don't let him lie.
and her name's Brenda because Brenda's got a baby, by the way. Because
What?
of a Tupac song. Doesn't matter. She don't get it. She don't listen to that kind of hip
I
hop.
didn't get it either, so it's okay.
What? You never heard Brenda got a baby?
If
Brenda.
if it has anything to do with
Brenda fucking
hip hop, I
man.
probably don't know it. Or rap or
Oh.
anything.
You guys want to hear and this might be spoiling because I'd really like to do a review with Wyatt. Wyatt, I'd still like to do that Justice League review.
Yes,
And
Snyder cut.
I'd like to I'm actually gonna watch the
Love-
black and white version, dude, that's coming out. Because
White.
that make
Listen. I love Snyder, but the black and white cut is a little pretentious for
no,
me.
the 4:3 ratio was pretentious.
They did that because that's how they couldn't make it any bigger. That's just like 'cause he was going off of like the cut whenever he
Bro.
originally filmed it. They couldn't do anything with it.
All Snyder's pretentious. But here's my thing with the black and white version, and I don't want to get too sidetracked because we're actually going to review this film, and I will be on that if you want me to.
Yeah.
It's not pretentious. It is a little pretentious, but for every famous comic, especially DC, there is a comic that comes out after it that's called blah 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 Unwrapped. And
Yeah.
usually Unwrapped is the black and white. It is the sketch art of it. And it's the same comic book, but it's black and white and it's the sketch art of
Mhm.
it. And
Yeah.
that's why it's called Unwrapped. So I feel like this is his
The unwrapped.
His
his
Justice-
Unwrapped.
unwrapped Justice League. Like it's his
That makes sense.
for me, that's okay. I'm gonna watch them and review it. But not
I do
even the
want
point of the
Watch it
story.
again though.
I want to watch it and I want to review it with you. I'll definitely do that review with you, and we should do it soon. Strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah, most certainly, dude.
Anyways, speaking of hip hop, that's where I was getting hip hop. Evan, I know you listened to. Did you actually finish Eminem's catalog, or you never got the way through?
I never got back to it.
Sucks. Anyways, doesn't matter. I've been listening to, and I think I actually might have brought this up last podcast. I've been listening to 8 Mile lately.
Yeah.
Mm.
The soundtrack. Here's my review on 8 Mile, and I'm feeling a little high on myself here. Okay, and
Feeling a little high.
just let me know. Just let me know if I'm feeling like an asshole here. Stop it.
I'm trying to avoid being on the camera.
So, anyways, Eminem in 8 Mile, and do you know what 8 Mile is, Evan?
Oh,
Are you
yes,
Okay.
I've
talking,
seen
are
it,
you talking
yeah.
about the soundtrack or
I
the
watched 8
movie?
Mile on
Talking
my
about the
honeymoon.
soundtrack.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Eminem came out with a soundtrack for 8 Mile, Evan.
Yep.
And the soundtrack is a unique experience for any artist, but mostly I'll just say hip hop artists. So when you listen to a hip hop artist in their first album, they're so hungry, like, and that's what makes them great. You know, they want to be famous. It's their struggles, and they're just like, oh, I got to get this. And that's usually what makes a first hip hop album great, is the hunger. I think Eminem got a unique experience with the 8 Mile soundtrack.
Yeah.
Basically, he got to do the same thing, but years into his career. Like, he was already rich. He already had the production value. He already could pull in these great stars to get it. But because he was playing a character of B Rabbit, he got to rap like he was hungry. Because if you're an artist on your 4th album after you made it and you're still rapping about how hungry you are for be famous, you're like,
yeah,
that's
you already
corny.
a millionaire. You
Like,
made
come
it.
on. Yeah, shut up, dude. Like, I'm tired of hearing about that shit. But Eminem got a unique experience, and I think that's what makes 8 Mile so special for me. is that like, she's just fucking with. They can see your head. Go away. Anyways, I feel like that's what makes 8 Mile so special for me, is like, it's the hungry Eminem. It's like, I want to be famous, but like, he kind of hit a unique point in his career where he could do that, because he's talking about a character. He's talking about B Rabbit. He's not talking about himself. So it was excusable. And I don't know. I love that soundtrack for that complete reason, and that's my review on it. But we should do a review on that soundtrack too.
It seems like I mean, I know, because 8 Mile is underneath one of these. Most soundtracks that come out are usually compilations of songs that are already out. There are like most of the soundtracks that are made up of completely original songs about the movie. Usually they turn out really well. Like, I know, like, Black Panther was amazing. Like 8 Mile is amazing.
Even Suicide Squad, which wasn't a great movie, good soundtrack though.
Yeah, but that was more of like compilation songs, though, wasn't it?
No, it was a lot of. I mean, I'm sure there was, but like Purple Lamborghinis was original.
Yeah, there's a couple original on there.
The one with Logic and Lil Wayne was original.
Yeah.
The one with Halsey was original. Like, there's a lot of original there too. But still, I'm with your point.
Yeah, I know. I mean, most of them are. I mean, there are albums that have compilations, but then maybe they'll add like 2 new songs that are sponsored for the movie or something. You know how it is. But I mean, it's very rare that you'll see like a whole movie with a whole soundtrack that's like brand new music. But I mean, it's very like, I mean, fucking Tarzan. Look at like the Disney movies and shit. Like, they do it all the time. But like 8 Mile and Black Panther, I mean, back in the 70s, Superfly, the soundtrack's more famous than the movie. Like, people listen to the soundtrack, never watch the movie. But like, I don't know. I like albums like that, man. I think people need to start doing that more.
I think people need to start doing that too, honestly. And I like when they showcase an artist so prominently. Like, 8 Mile makes sense because it's an Eminem's movie, but on the Black Panther album, like, the fact that they pick Kendrick, who is not only a great, like, not just a great hip hop artist, like a legendary hip hop artist at this time. Like, Good Kid, Mad City is going to go down as one of the best hip hop albums of all time. The fact that they got him behind a movie that he isn't connected with is just smart timing on their part, you know? Like, us people who know hip hop know that he's a legend, and people like Evan, and not to like pick one, but like, you know who Kendrick Lamar is.
I do. I actually really like Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. Like, if I were to say some other hip hop names, you'd be like, I don't really know them, you know?
I'd
like,
probably recognize the names, but I wouldn't like.
Sure. But like, if I were to say Joyner Lucas, like, you couldn't name me a song from Joyner Lucas. Like, he's a great hip hop artist. He's not in that point where he has crossed boundaries yet. He's a great hip hop artist. If you're into hip hop, listen to Joyner Lucas. But other than that, you know, Kendrick, he's crossed boundaries. So I feel like same with the Black Panther album, just like the Superfly album, like, it's gonna go down in history where like this is
outlive the movie.
Yeah, it's a great fucking album.
Yeah.
So,
I agree, man. I love that kind of shit.
I don't know if 8 Mile soundtrack is better than the movie, because I really do love the movie.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I think the 8 Mile soundtrack could have benefited from them putting his rap battles on the album. And they didn't.
They just wanted to make it an album.
But the album's still great, dude. And it's I think it's completely produced by Eminem. I think every song is produced by him, which was his real big showing of production. So like, it's great. Jay-Z.
Other
Nas.
than 8 Mile, do you have any like favorite soundtracks? Alex or and Evan? I don't know if you have any soundtracks that
Um,
you've listened to.
I can't say there's really many like movie soundtracks that I listen to specifically.
Well, I
like,
actually own the
something.
Black Panther album, so
Yeah.
that's, and I know we already answered it,
Yeah.
and we kind of discussed this, and I don't know if I can name you. I can only name one song off the soundtrack, but Batman, fucking, and Robin, "Kiss from a Rose."
Kiss from a
by
Rose. I think
fucking
we talked about
Sia.
that the other night.
Yeah, yo, come on, that's a great song, man. It's a great song. It's a great song.
Nice.
Other than that, I don't know if I have any. I'll think about it. I don't know if I have
Yeah.
any sound.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I don't know. Like there's, I mean, not that I haven't listened to movie soundtracks, but I can't say there's any that I
Any that stuck
particularly,
out.
Yeah, love.
Feel you.
Yeah, can't think of any.
I feel you. I mean,
Alright, let me-
one of mine is Superfly. I mean, I've already mentioned that. I actually have the vinyl album.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never heard it.
It's amazing, dude.
Yeah,
it's like
I will-
Curtis. They got
I'll listen-
Curtis Mayfield, who was
I'll
like,
listen to it tomorrow, man. I'm down for that
Do
kind
it.
of music.
it's great. It's like vintage '70s, like soul and like R&B, dude. And it's
So
Curtis
is it on?
Curtis Mayfield, where he like blew up, and they got him to do the whole album. It's just Curtis Mayfield just wrote this whole album for this movie. That one, man. Another one, Pulp Fiction, is a great. Pretty much any Quentin Tarantino soundtrack, but Pulp Fiction
he's
like,
usually got good shit.
specifically is a great one. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou has a great soundtrack.
Yeah, that's a good one. Man, Wise got him. I forgot about
Brother,
these.
Where Art Thou, dude. Yo, that's just like one that I've always come back to. Like I have songs off of that's on some of my playlists on Spotify, just because like that is a really good soundtrack of like just music I wouldn't normally listen to.
Yeah.
You know,
Now you're talking about soundtracks that aren't just songs that are in the movie, right?
Damn, Superfly is like all Curtis Mayfield.
Yeah, like, I don't know
That's what
why-
I'm saying. They got Curtis Mayfield to make the Superfly album.
I'm gonna do this.
It's
I'm
awesome.
gonna listen to this
Already.
tomorrow. I got it. It's on my Spotify.
Awesome, dude.
But yeah, like you're not talking about like I'm thinking of like the Grease soundtrack. You know, like that is
Sure.
I would
okay.
okay.
like I'm
Because I mean, like,
that's when
Pulp
it comes
Fiction
to-
is just a soundtrack of just songs that are from the movie or
Okay.
in the movie in some way. It's just like random playlist. Quentin Tarantino's playlist for the movie, pretty much.
If we're adding musicals into it, I got a million fucking answers.
I was gonna
Yeah, but-
say, yeah, like we
Like,
got
Yeah.
I want to add another one. Like Blues Brothers is one of my favorites as
Yeah.
well. I love Blues Brothers.
I would do Grease. I would do Chicago. I'd do Sweeney Todd. Like these are things I'd listen to. Actually, Across the Universe's soundtrack, and
Yeah.
I know I like, and this is going to be blasphemous for you, Wyatt. I know it is, but I like some of the Across the Universe songs more than I
Oh,
like the actual
the
Beatles
version?
versions. Yeah,
I can understand why though.
not
They're a
all
little
of them.
more like there's a little bit more to them.
Yeah.
Because the production value is you could do a lot more now than you could in the fucking 60s.
Oh, absolutely.
it's kind of like how last episode or the one a few episodes back when we were talking about Queen. Like I really like the My Chemical Romance used Queen Under Pressure. I mean, I just
Sure.
like listening to it. It's not like it's better,
It's like
but
that's like
yeah,
that's what cover should be about.
Mhm,
Like updating.
That's a
bit,
good
just-
cover.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a really good
Yeah.
cover. But
Like
It's not
make
better than
song
the original.
Like yeah, like I like Mr. Kite by the Beatles, but the one with Bono in it is better. You know, like I just appreciate it better. It's more like grandiose. You know,
it's a little bit more out there. Like
Yeah.
how this like it fits the song.
how it goes. Yeah, I'm with it. Like
Because I mean,
some
even
song
in like the Beatles version, like it does have like the circus shit to it. But I mean, like just the way that John Lennon's is like for the benefit of Mr. Kite.
Oh,
There's,
yeah.
like, how he like it's kind of lazy.
it's
well,
kind of lazy.
It's,
where
he kind of sings it lazy, whereas like it's more like out there.
like,
But on one, yeah.
even
understand.
like Come Together or no, yeah, Come Together. What's the one where they do?
There are too many versions that come together. I like better, like more than the
They're
Beatles.
whatever they do in that music version where the guy dies and it's like the funeral scene. I think it's not Come Together. It's another. It might be. It's not Hey Jude. Whatever their other famous song is, but it doesn't matter. I'm just drunk. Like they do it in like a gospel almost, and
Okay.
like it's not better than the original. But oh my
Since I've seen the movie,
God, is it gore? Oh man, it's actually and I watched a lot of musicals with Marissa. It might be our favorite musical. Like,
It is.
We love that movie. We watch it just to like. I watch it when I'm angry because it puts me in a good mood. Like I just enjoy the movie.
That's
like,
that's a movie I have to be in a mood for. It's
oh,
like,
not me. I just like
there's
that
so
movie.
many emotions, dude.
I love that movie.
It's like in it's not a musical, but like Eternal Sunshine.
oh,
I have
God,
to be in a
love that
mood to
movie.
watch that, or else like I don't know, man.
That is one of the greatest
I
love
have to
stories
be
of all time, though, man. It really is.
So fucking sad, dude.
It's sad. I don't have to be in a
shit.
mood to watch Across the Universe though, because like
Yeah.
if I'm in a mood, I'll actually watch the film. Because you're right, it puts you through a lot of emotions. If I'm just like in a mood to listen, like I'm okay just listening to the music in the background. Like I'm
Yeah.
okay with it just playing and me singing along because I know all the songs. Like
Yeah.
let's move on and I'll just sing them, you know. So it's a good out. Have you ever watched it, Evan?
What?
Across the Universe?
No, I don't think so.
It's just like it's a movie with a story, and it's just made up of Beatles songs the whole way through.
No, I don't think
It's not about the Beatles or anything. It's
Well-
just like a love story based around like with Beatles songs throughout the whole thing.
And it's fantastic.
It is.
No,
It's
I don't think
amazing.
I've
It's a
ever-
great film.
How
And
old
I
is
have
it?
always
Visuals in it too. It's wild.
I've always wanted to do like a musical based on like popular music. And I know that's just like cartoons they do for kids like Trolls and stuff, but I don't want to do a cartoon. I want to do like a fucking musical, you know?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to, and that's just something like when I did musicals is in like high school and I wanted to direct them. I was like, man, I could really make one with like this song here, you know, this song here.
I'm surprised that isn't done more often.
Right?
Like,
it's not.
it
that
almost
much.
sells
It's all
itself.
about right. It's about
Yeah.
rights, though. It's about getting instead of just getting rights to the Beatles songs, I got to get rights to 15
these
different
others,
artists.
yeah.
You know? You're like that's too hard.
That's what was great about the Blues Brothers is because like they use a lot of old school like rhythm and blues songs and like shit that like once again shit I normally probably wouldn't listen to. I get to listen to like obviously their cover versions, but I mean I think they're great cover versions because it's
I do
just John
too. I
Cleese
love the
and
Blues
Dan
Brothers.
Aykroyd. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Blues
I
Brothers
love that movie so much, dude.
I'm with it, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, man. You said you had some unnecessary purchases.
oh, you want to see my
Oh,
unnecessary
yeah.
purchases? Because I gotta
Dude,
go.
Yeah,
I
let's
gotta go.
end it on Alex's unnecessary purchases of the week.
Well, Wyatt's got one too, but I
Oh,
don't
that's
have
right.
that much time. I'm gonna show you my unnecessary purchases. I actually can show you on screen.
That'd be crazy if we had the same unnecessary purchase.
It's not. It's not. I gotta stand up.
Alex is
You
like,
see
"Ah, I'm
these
sure.
sweatpants?
Oh, you got
Sweat-
sweatpants.
No. I'll tell you why they're unnecessary. These are white sweatpants. White sweatpants. These are going to be good for this time. This is it. Once these go into the wash, they're never going to
They're
be this
done.
white again. These are done. We don't sort our laundry into whites and darks. That's
Listen,
not
I don't
done.
either, to be
That's-
honest.
that's- I got kids, dude. I ain't got time for that bullshit. I gotta get that shit. I'm lucky if I get it all washed. Like I ain't fucking like I ain't sorting shit. So this is
Gonna
the
have
last.
black fuzzies all over it.
This is
Mhm.
the last time these white ass sweatpants.
Just don't
but
wash them, man. Just keep
I
'em-
might not.
go.
Listen, Marissa. I'm actually gonna tell you the whole story, and it's a little inappropriate, but that's okay.
you can get
Marissa
like
picked
3
me-
good wears out of a pair of sweatpants.
Marissa picked me up today, and I really, really, really wanted some adult time. And I was like, "Yo, these because she picked me up from work like early. And I was like, these sweatpants are gonna be some nice sweatpants are gonna be sexy on me. Like I was ready to go shirtless with them." But like I knew in my mind, I was like, I ain't never using these sweatpants again. Like this is the one time.
I gotta
This is the
make
one-
these sweatpants count. Like,
This
moment.
is the one time use sweatpants.
like you see how white these
So these-
sweatpants are? Like,
These are my unnecessary. Like, you see how clean this is? Look at this.
Yeah.
She. You know what she
Not
said to me?
happen again.
She's like, you look pale on those. I was like, fuck you.
Damn it. It backfired on me.
What's your unnecessary purchase? Can I read off
It
what
just
I
came
did?
out, but I just got the new 4K Blu-ray of Godzilla.
Godzilla! Oh,
Godzilla.
what is it, like 2 more weeks?
Huh?
No, a week and a half? What's the
Next
new one? Next week? 31st, right?
Yes, 31st.
yeah, that's like
Can't
6 days.
yeah, that's less than a week.
Oh,
But yeah,
can't
I
wait.
got this new 4K version of Godzilla that came out in 2014. Apparently, they updated it. Like, apparently, they lightened a lot of it because the whole movie's dark as shit at
dark.
times. Apparently, they did brighten it, so it's a lot easier to see.
Hmm.
So I'm actually eager to kind of go back and rewatch it and see how
I
different it looks.
actually I watched a Watch Mojo video on the top 10 epic Godzilla moments.
Yeah.
And the whole time in my head I was like, oh, it's gonna be the fight between him and King Ghidorah in the snow. Not that number one, but I was like, it's gonna be on there where they were fighting in like that blizzard. Never was on there, but the only one that was from the newer movies was the intro to him in that movie where he like comes up and like he like the waves like destroy that city.
Yeah.
And then he roars. That was the only on the new. So it's that movie. Yeah, I could think of other epic moments. They honorable mentioned where he grabs the Muto and blows the breath down which is
yeah,
awesome
that's
moment.
awesome. And then he's just holding its head because it's detached from his body. It's awesome.
It's more awesome because of the fucking sound. It's not just like a whoa, whoa, whoa. It's like a whoa, whoa.
Yeah, and you
Like,
can see
like,
the light
yeah.
go up his tail and up
You're
his
like
back.
it's like a build up, and you're just like,
Charges
oh
the new-
shit.
Because like that's where the darkness of the movie helped. Because all you could see is just kind of outline of Godzilla, and then like each pulse you could see it going up, radiate like the blue going up his back, and you're like, oh shit, because that's the first time he used it in the whole movie.
It was
You're like, oh
dope.
my god, he's gonna use the atomic breath.
just fucking
And then
right
like, the next one, he's using that shit all the time. He's
Hell yeah, man. I'm super excited for Kong versus Godzilla, though.
I am too, man. We're gonna have to do a review of that as well.
Well, let's get the Zack Snyder cut out. Text me. I don't care, man. I got my notes. We can do a off the cut one. We can write a script. I don't care.
Definitely, man. Yeah, you say you gotta go, right? I could
I
say-
have to go.
I could save my VR talk for next,
I'm awake.
Because hopefully, no, I won't have it by then. But
your PS5.
yeah,
Yep,
probably
I mean,
won't be till then.
PS5 though. That's a good thing. That's a good announcement to have.
Oh my god, dude,
PS5 VR.
it was a fight.
It was. Evan had a
Fight,
battle.
dude.
We'll save the battle.
I'll save. Yeah, we'll wait until we get it. We'll save that for next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next week's a special week. So
Yeah. I want to hear your quick thoughts in your VR, though, man. Make you motion sick?
I actually haven't had any motion sickness with my VR
Makes you
yet.
so fucking motion sick.
I don't know if it's just the way that the new one is designed, the Quest 2, but like, dude, I love it. Like, the only time I've experienced VR before was just like where you just put it on and you don't really do anything. It's like you're just sitting in like
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
I'd kind of where you're just kind of looking around at shit. But bro, this is like a
Yeah.
whole nother level.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm entering a different world, bro. Like,
Oh,
'cause
man.
with the
Super
Oculus, you
hot.
can actually draw a boundary where like you want to stay inside of, like that way you know your boundary, you're not running into anything. And whenever you get close, it pops up a whole grid around you, bro. So it shows you like
oh,
where
that's
you're.
kind of neat.
It just
Yeah.
feels like you're like in a box. The whole.
Again, I want to talk about it later, but Super
Yeah.
Hot is like the
I already
most
finished
fucking
it, dude. I love.
Matrix shit you can play ever. Like, you feel like a fucking action hero the
Me
entire
too.
time you're playing it.
I don't know if
Because
all the like the little description is like when you stay still, time is frozen.
Yeah.
But like, when you start moving, time starts speeding up. So when people shoot at you, you can like dodge bullets, dude.
It's
You
crazy.
can like use your gun and other objects to like block bullets and shoot at people. But
It's
like
cool.
you could do some crazy shit. Like I remember the one I like hit somebody and their like knife flew up and I grabbed it and I chucked it into something else, dude. It's so cool.
It's
but,
cool. Later levels are hard, but it's cool.
It does get super hard. But I mean, I love it, man. I need to stop buying games because
You need
They'll
to beast me.
like one free game to use on it and everything else you got to pay for. So I love like, oh, I gotta get some games for this shit. So I bought Star Wars Super Hot, and I just got like a horror game too because I need to experience a horror game.
No,
on the
I've had my VR for I think like a year and a half, 2 years now. I'd suggest Beat Saber. I mean, I know like you just think it's a Guitar Hero clone, but definitely get Beat Saber.
Yeah.
It is a fun ass game. And if you're in for a puzzle game where you kind of feel like James Bond, there's a game called I Expect You to Die. Very fun game. It's like
heard of that actually. I
It's-
think I've seen it on
yeah.
the list before.
it's like your James Bond. Like you're in very James Bond-esque situations and you have to escape them, and it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
That's
I just
good.
got one I haven't played yet because I'm waiting for
I'll be right back.
Annette. Like I just figured out how I can put whatever I'm viewing on the TV so she can watch what I'm doing. So I just got like this horror game that like you're just walking through this haunted house and
See,
some shit
the
happens.
PlayStation's automatically set up like that. Like when I connect, you can automatically see it on the TV.
You got the PSVR too.
I have the PSVR, which the Oculus is better technically because you have
I actually went and bought Half-Life Alyx because it's only VR on Steam because it was like 40% off because it's like the 1 year anniversary, and now I got to buy the actual Oculus cable so I can actually like, because the cable that comes with it's just the charging. It wouldn't do anything if you actually plugged it into the computer other than charge it. I actually got to get a cable that can transfer, like can stream the whole game through it. It's like a special Oculus cable, bro. It's a 16. Dude, it's even more bullshit. Wait till you hear this. 16-foot cable, $80.
Yeah.
80 goddamn bucks for a 16-foot Seaport cable that I have to play Steam games on, bro.
Luckily, you fucking got the game on discount.
I have to buy a Oculus cable so I can plug it into my computer so I can actually play Steam VR games.
Yeah.
Like Alex. I have to buy this 16-foot cable separate. $80.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
How much is your VR? 400? 300?
300.
300.
$400.
Yeah. The 400 is the 250 gig headset. I only got like the 65 gig headset.
Yeah. Plus the game, which was $30, $20.
What?
The Alyx, Half-Life.
Yeah, that was 35, and I can't even play it right now because
Exactly.
cable.
Because you don't
I
And
have
then
bought
another $80.
I bought it on sale, but yeah, I spent 300 because I looked up, and most VR games they don't take much space up, like
No,
on the
they're
head.
they're usually pretty quick, contained moments.
And all the games I buy on Steam, it's being streamed through the cable. I'm not putting them on the headset itself.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you can't save them to the computer.
Which ones?
The games, like it saves to the headset, it doesn't save to the computer.
Well, yeah, because the Oculus actually has Oculus like a store, and like Oculus made games on the inside that you can buy.
See, I'm just surprised it doesn't go from the headset to your computer. Like, I don't know how the technology works.
There's an app on my phone that I can buy the games on and shit, but like it doesn't connect to my computer unless I'm actually buying Steam shit.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so you never have to connect to your computer? Like it's a console basically.
It's literally all just one headset and the controllers.
Oh,
And
I'd like to get into this, but I gotta go. I really do. But I would like to get into this.
I'll
we
think
say-
about it next week more.
Yeah, we'll pick back up.
Tell me about
on
it next.
We'll pick
I
back
would
up
really
on
like
it.
to get into this. Are you guys done for the night? I don't want to kick you off. You want to talk, you can talk. I don't mind.
I'm done.
No, it's cool,
I'm
man.
good.
We're gonna here. We'll give people something to tune in next week for.
Yeah.
Tune in next week. We're gonna talk about Evan's PS5. We're gonna talk more about the Oculus. Join us next week. Please, please, please.
Yeah, like, subscribe, check us out on Squad Nights on Monday, Squad Pod Sports on Thursdays, and then Squad Pod on Fridays. We do have a special announcement coming here soon, though.
Yeah, should be next week.
Tap
after
that's, Tap that's gonna come out eventually. I promise. I'm getting there. Like eventually. I'm like
It's coming eventually.
4 months late, but it's fine. I'm coming.
We'll be on the lookout for that as well.
Yeah, be on the lookout.
All
But yeah, we'll see everybody next week then.
See you guys next week.
See you guys.